Okay, so back out in the garage here. 3 years later, and I'm looking at the car, and this is what my wagon looked like 3 years ago. It's amazing. Uh, yeah. Um, the only thing I'm having a problem with on this car is that I can't get past to the rain gutters, and I haven't reworked on them. But there's waves in them. You can see right here. It has nothing to do with me. It has to do with the way the car was manufactured. This piece actually thins down, gets thicker, the heights change, and the same over here. There's a whoop in it. I don't know. We got to come up with something. But I said to Junior, I said, we'll take a break from that. I said, let's get the whole car epoxied. Let's get the whole car in a high build. Then we'll come back and we'll work on that. And that'll let the high build just sit. Okay, with that, I want to plastic the car over. Okay, which I should have did a year ago. Like I said, I went back on my videos. I just wanted to see what I had. I know what gun I used. I just wanted to see what some of the settings and some of the things I used when I used the gun that I did, which was the which one is it? It's this one. This was the gun we used. This is the gun we're going to use. I think this is the gun that we're going to spray the whole car with, either this one or the one that matches it. I think I'm going to stay away from that 502. I still don't think, even after the repair, that the fan was wide enough on the 502. The 501 will shoot a fan that's from like here. It'll shoot a fan easily the height of that toolbox, if not higher. Mint, and I'm talking about not like up here. It'll be all like misty and dry. The other one never seemed to do that, and that kind of did me a little bit when I was working on the car. I did get good results, but I think I could have got better results from the other one. I think it was just a mindset that the 502 was such a preferred gun over the, you know what I mean, as time went on. That was like its last evolve before they started getting into the siphon feeds and the HVLPs and stuff. And technically the only difference is the air valve. The actual body and where the paint flows is identical, except one has, I mean, this one's the Mac, one has an air valve here and then the paint, and this one has it built in as a multi-stage. But everything here forward where the paint goes is the same. So I think we're just going to stick with that gun. It always worked mint, and the one that says Craftsman is actually identical to that one. So those are the good old days when you bought good shit from Sears before they were involved in Kmart. So with that said, we were actually going to do that. We were going to do this Saturday, and during the week I decided it was time to seal the driveway, fill in the cracks, and if anybody remembers, the cracks taking forever to fill in. I do them on my hands and knees and then just seal it down. So we got that done. I got that done yesterday morning, after a week of working on it, and today I did some more pruning and yard work and crap like that. So I never got a chance to really come out here. I could have after, but it was kind of late. I didn't want to rush through this. So Tuesday night, and it's Sunday now. Tuesday night, me and Junior are going to start to prep this thing down, to put everything in a coat of epoxy, and most of it in high build, and then we'll see how the body work is from there. If you remember, the body work is pretty much done, except we didn't do anything on the tail end of this, which is no big deal at this point. He just has it mostly sanded. But this will allow me to check, well, I'm not really worried about that quarter panel, but this will allow me to check this door, that door, the other doors, the other fender, everything, and see if we got a metal glaze anything, and see what the deal is with it. So like I said, I just can't believe it's exactly 3 years later. It would be nice if we could have the body buttoned up by the end of August and shoot this car in September. September's a nice month to paint. The temperature starts to drop a little. It's always constant in here, so it's not like the middle of the night will come and this thing will like haze over. Not gonna happen. But the humidity starts to drop. Right now we're at about 68% on the humidity, if I'm reading right, in the garage here, and about 72 degrees. So, because you can't paint with the AC on, you can't have the cold air going across the car, it'll just make it blush. So, with that said, that's what's going on. I just wanted to give this camera a little bit more use time. I went to take it yesterday to the thing, and I forgot I didn't charge it. It's still not really charged now. I gotta just leave it on the charger tonight and just be done with it so I can use it. So with that said, we're gonna tackle epoxy and we're gonna tackle high build, and then we're gonna come back and work on these gutters. I'm trying to get those rails. My mistake was, after I took the first one off, I should have left the second one on. That was my mistake. And even if I left the car into the point where I found another one, had one on one side, one on the other, you would have never noticed. Even if it stayed like that for almost forever, it would have been the big deal. But I took this one off, and whatever. I think they're going to be impossible to get off another car. So I'm even trying to get it set right now with the piece of roof with it, and sit there and have it in my hand on my lap on a workbench on a blanket and try and dissect it out. So that would be the ultimate answer. Just put the chrome shit back on and we're done. But that's going to be like, that's like the biggest mistake I made on this car. Other than the fact of telling Junior, oh yeah, you could sand it down if you want. But yeah. So me personally, I don't know of any other solution that would look nice. My black wagon, I replaced part of the gutter. I replaced, I don't know, 3 inches, 2 inches right here. You guys never saw that. Real cakes. I took it off another car. I cut the whole rail off another car when I got the 2 doors and all the stuff. I basically had a line across it. Didn't damage this, didn't damage the door, didn't damage anything. Just had a line, like it rubbed something. There was no other denting on the car over there. And I tried to straighten it and I couldn't. So basically what I did was, I just took a section out and trimmed it tight to it. And I put the section in. I welded it and ground it real nice. Did what I had to do and put the seam sealer back in that runs down the channel. Can't tell. So, but that would be, I don't even want to attempt it on this car. You see it all right here. You could, it's, I don't know. And we're not removing the roof rail. That would be like a, that would be a major nightmare. We ain't going there. So with that said, I don't think there's anything I could do. My friend Steve with the Nova, I don't know if you guys know, in the back of a Nova, in between the taillights, you got the trim that runs around, and he bought stick-on chrome molding that actually makes a 90-degree bend. I don't mean 90 like tight for this, but made the 90 around. You would easily make this and make this curve and come down, but I don't know how it would look stuck to it. That's the problem. And I don't know if it's this exact width. I don't even know what that width is. I never checked it. So it'd be good to know. So I do know that width is ½ inch. It's a smidgen less than ½ inch. So I don't know. I'm looking for options that don't look butchered and hacked. Trying to make this car decent for Junior. You know, there's going to be the whoops and waves in it. I just don't want it to look like the wall. So